Well, thank you, Ed. And first of all, I would just like to reiterate what Jack Clark said to the US Rugby Foundation, Brian, and the board and the selection committee. This is a great honor, and I am humbled by the occasion. Thank you so much. It's fabulous. As we all know, rugby is a player's game. I stand here on the shoulders of every player that I coached. My success was not my success. It was the guys that were on the field, and every one of them, there are a lot of them here tonight. It was your success that led to my being here tonight. So for every player that I ever coached, the back of the ring says, this is for you. Thanks. We were involved at a time when it was a purely amateur game, as most of you know. And I can't think of the unbelievable sacrifices that the players made as they moved up the chain to the Eagles. The time, the family sacrifices that they made. I just heard Jay's wife regaling. She was 8 months pregnant when Jay left on the tour of Australia. Teresa, what a lady. But anyway, it's an incredible thing, the game that we love. But you know, the thing that's nicest is to see the people that I've coached that are making a contribution back to rugby. That gives me the greatest satisfaction of all. 3 guys, Jay, Jack, and Kevin, I coached, and I'm so proud of you all. And I know there's going to be a lot more guys that I coach that are going to be on this platform saying thank you. I think that's the greatest thing that one could ever wish for, is people putting back to the game, and that's how we grow. It needs to be our game, not the IRB's game. And clearly, when you are involved with coaching, and I started with the Old Blues, my heart's there. Blaine's here tonight as a representative of the Old Blues. But I had the privilege of being coach of the Northern California Pelicans. And if anyone can, the Pelly can't he? And then the Grizzlies, and then ultimately for 5 years with the Eagles. And over that time, you develop. This doesn't happen with one individual. There's an individual sitting over here, George Betzler. For 5 years, we worked together. George, you're the best. And thank you for all you did. The worst part of selecting, of coaching a team is the selection of the team. You go to the ITTs that we all loved, and there are 100 guys sitting around that pool, and you had to announce the lucky 22 or 25. That was the worst part of this job, but we had Keith Sieber, Brad Andrews, Hutch Turner. We remember the organizer of our selection panel. They all did a great job under great difficult circumstances, but I think we turned out the best, but I know a lot of really good people never made it to the team. On the technical development side, we had 2 major pushes for coaching and player development, one from 82 through 88. And then again, Ian Nixon asked if I would resurrect it. In the first time period, we had the privilege of having Bill Freeman. I don't know how many of you interacted with him, but he was a New Zealand Rugby Football Union technical development person, and he spent every year about 6 weeks with us going around the country, and what a fabulous guy. Anyone that had the honor of being involved with him understands what I'm saying. In '93, we started again, and as Eddie said, Eddie was part of that. At each time, we had about 25 of our top technical people. Rugby Imports gave us the financial resources to hire George Hook, whom most of you would have heard yesterday, as our first national technical director. And George did a fabulous job. George, thank you so much for all you did for US Rugby. And finally, I have a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful daughters. I convinced Pam to come to the US when the year I was appointed the US Eagles coach. She had no idea what she was committing to, or the absence that she was committing to. But anyway, Pam, love you. You've been a great supporter of the guys, and she's made the friendships that I've made. This is a wonderful game, and thank you, US Rugby Union Foundation, for the honor.